Any questions?
Richard, you have an
Oh, sorry.
How are the nerves at the end?
Yeah, surprisingly okay, Gareth. Surprisingly okay. I don't know why, whether it's I'm a little bit later in life or what, but yeah, I was surprisingly calm, mate. Even, for that 10-15 minutes where we looked like we couldn't stop anything on us, I thought, we really have only got to defend 1 or 2 sets here. And if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to win. Plain and simple. We are where we are for a reason at this moment in time. And I thought for all the parts of the game where, we took some really positive steps forward. Our try line D in the first half, just one blip under, about 10 sets they had. And some of the decent stuff we played, where we look quite threatening through the middle of the field, I thought were really good. But the difference between our good and our bad, is just so big, and our ability to, capitulate late in halves, is obviously a major concern for us at the moment. And I know it will be being billed as a relegation battle. It's us or them. There's plenty of time to go, and we're not thinking yeehaw. We've got the 2 points. We're all right now. I think from our performance, it shows that there's no real quick fixes for this. We just got to still keep working hard. We have got some, we've got some troops around the corner that'll definitely help us in terms of the quality of the guys that's going to come in. We had a very, very young team today, 24-year-old. I think we're pretty much the average age. So I'm happy we dug the win out, but it was still very, very reminiscent of a number of our performances this year.
How did you find yourself in a position where you established such a league to suddenly have that grandstand finale?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a simple one, really, Matt. I think, when you cough up 3 poor sets on the trot, this is first half I'm talking about, you look so dominant, and then we cough up 3 poor sets, compounded by some penalties, and you have to defend 10 good ball sets. It is going to have an impact on your energy. So while we managed it in the first half, I certainly thought, our ability to change people around that looked a little bit dead on the feet were an issue. And I would also say that there's there's an issue in how we're thinking correctly under pressure. I am going to say I thought some of the penalties were where on earth has he plucked them from? I'll talk about James Donaldson's. James Donaldson gets hit in the head, still wins the battle. So what I'm saying, he's still had the dominant carry, left someone in the ruck who gets tangled in to play the ball, and it's a penalty to them. And the one from the kick-off, we weren't looking to milk a penalty. He didn't play the ball into him. He was laid in the ruck. And we didn't even, all we did was pick the ball up and play on. So I thought there's some very mysterious decisions that got us to a 9-3 count. That has an impact on your energy. But I also think, Matthew, there's a little bit of that's where this team's at the moment. We look there's a lot of anxiety around us when we get under pressure.
All that said, I think everyone was saying all you need is a result today. You got that. How big is that for the group in there to get the 2 points? Look
where the group is. We totally understand the position that we're in as a club and a playing group. I said this last week. They do care. It isn't like that they're not trying hard and they do care. But some of this it's not a little band-aid over it. There's a fair old fix-up. I reckon to be administered in certain parts of the club and the squad, if you like, but they're working hard, and they've said all the right things and done all the right things this week. The way they prepared, the positivity around them were great, and even at the first half, I weren't too concerned with the closeness of the score. I thought, if we get this together for long periods, but our demons come back to haunt us. They're committed to doing it well, mate, and I'd say we have got a lot of cap. We've got a lot of salary cap sat out of the team at the moment, so yeah, I agree with you. 2 points were an absolute must today.
Did you sense an element of relief in the dressing room there, as you say, right or wrong, it's being dressed up as a huge season-defining game? Did you sense that from the lads at the end?
Well, I sensed it through the week, so we didn't talk about it. Me pointing my finger and saying, this is a must-win game and we'll get relegated if we don't win. That's not how it works. It's very much about the process, if you like, and the things that we need to do with some composure to get that resultant performance. But I know Callum got the boys together last night, coaching staff aside, to talk about the magnitude of the game, which is, you know, great leadership from him. We wanted to kick for goal and he overruled us, and again, yeah, I wanted to put the pressure on him. So, you know, there's some, even though that maybe didn't work for us, there's some good leadership coming from him at the moment in what's a obviously trying time for the team. And the relief in there, I guess they'll just look at me and think, we've done it again. You know, we've had the same style and type of performance that we've had in a number of games this year and hung on. But we did hang on. You know, we did hang on, and we managed to compose ourselves for those last 4 to 5 minutes, knock some sets out, kick some balls into corners, and hung on defensively quite well. So, yeah, we got some makeshift people in there. Not makeshift people, sorry. People playing different roles to what they normally would too.
In terms of game management, how important was that last 5 minutes, bearing in mind what happened in London and Headingley and some of the other games this year?
Well, we were saying up there, there's a bit of deja vu about this. You know, once we got 3 scores up, the messages were not to hold your breath and wait for the final whistle. We wanted to go and play some more and try and get it on. But again, like I say, we came up with some errors, and I think there were one spectacular penalty when we had the ball. Sorry, I forgot. So yeah, I thought Richard, you know, because we not managed the game in the previous 15 before that. So, you know, for us, knocking a couple of sets out, it's just about knocking a couple of sets out and kicking down the right area, and Richie did that. I thought when we went up in the first half, we sort of stopped moving the ball as much and started just shoveling it on and playing off +1 a little bit, and we just tried to encourage him to get back to that in the second half, which got us a try. You know, Jack Walker were really threatening early balls on the edge. Let's say stringing 80 minutes together, you know, looks a long way off for us at the moment. You know, if I'm being really honest and blunt, you know, we're a long way from complete performances.
Jack Walker, okay.
Tightened his hamstring up. We've got 2 weeks till the next game, so hopefully, but we need to get him right. You know, coming back, and that's why we carried an outside back on the bench, because you know we didn't want to go with 3 middles for this game for that. So we carried Alex Sutcliffe, who can play a bit of centre and back row, and you know I thought a terrific break from Alex. He did a couple of great things in that. You know, he got through the line, super break. It looked like he'd passed a crisp packet, not a rugby ball, on that ball inside. But yeah, promising start from that kid. So yeah, the losing of outside backs every week or pivotal players in those positions, it hurts you and it knocks your bench about.